Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about the superwitch strategy in Legendary deck. I use this attack during the World December season, and let me show you my trophies. As you can see, I get over 6,000 trophies during the season, and I was just a newly upgraded Th15. Let me show you guys my heroes. My heroes are low in level, especially the Queen and the World Champion. They are only Th 14 level. And my pets are not even maxed out. And let me show you guys my war rank. Let us class spot a website that record the ranking. So let me go to the ranking and Legend League and choose the Th 15, and search the player's name. So there we go. So as you can see, this is the December season, and the season is ended. And we are so lucky that we are the number one Th 15 player in the world. So today I'm gonna show you how did I do that. And first, I would like to talk about the troops, the pets, the equipments that I use in the superwitch deck. And second, I'm going to show you guys some replays and talk about the fireball, how to make a good fireball, and how to make a good superwitch pathing. So let's delve into it. Okay, so let's talk about the troops, equipment, and pets for the superwitch deck. So first, let's talk about the troops. Here is the troop that I use in the Legend League, and I will put the army link in the comment section. And actually, there's nothing special about this army except the small wall breaker. I put some small wall breaker in our army, and as we know, the Th 15 super wall breakers can ensure open up Th 15 walls, and it can also open up Th 16 or Th 17 walls, but you need to keep your Th 15 super wall breaker alive until it gets exploded by itself. But if the super wall breaker die early, the damage is not enough for you to get Th 16 and Th 17 walls. So we can add some small wall breakers in our army, and one small wall breaker with one super wall breaker can ensure open up Th 17 walls. So that's why I bring some small wall breaker in our army. Okay, so next we are going to talk about the equipment. And here are the equipments that I use in the superwitch deck. For King, I use the Spiky Bow Earthquake Bow combo. And for Queen, I use the Healer Puppet and the Magic Marrow. And for Warden, I use the Radiant and the Fireball. For the Champion, I use the Hawk Puppet and the Rocket Spear. And I know many of you may not have the same equipment as I do, and that's just okay. There are some alternatives so that you can use the equipment that you already have. So for King, if you don't have the Spiky Bow, then you can use the Giant Golem with the Earthquake Boots. The Giant Golem can make your King tank much damage, and the Earthquake Boot can help you open up the walls. And maybe you don't have the Earthquake Boots, then you can just use the Giant Golem with the Rage Fire. That is also a pretty strong combination, but the problem is that this combination cannot open up the walls So maybe you need to bring one more jump to let your troops go deeper into the base. Okay, so let's talk about the queen, the equipment for queen. And for queen, the best equipment is the magic mirror with the healer puppet. But maybe you don't have the healer puppet, but you have the frozen arrow, so that you can use the frozen arrow with the magic mirror. But if you don't have the magic mirror, then you can use the invisibility file as an alternative, so that your combination will be the invisibility file with the frozen arrow. And maybe some of you just return back to the Clash of Clans so that you don't have ores to upgrade epic equipment, or even don't have gems to buy them. And in this case, you can use the invisibility file with the healer puppet. That is also a good combo. Okay, so for Warden and Champion, if you want to play Warden Fireball Super Witcher deck, then Raging with the Fireball maybe is the only choice for you. But there are so many choices for the champion. Besides the hot puppet with the rocket spear shown on the screen, you can also use the haste fire with the hot puppet if you don't have the rocket spear, because rocket spear is epic equipment. And you can also use electric boo with hot puppet, or you just use the rocket spear with the sticking shield combo. That is also a good choice. And if you don't want to play the Fireball Super Witcher deck because you don't have Fireball, but you are interested in the champion in this walk with the Super Witcher deck, then you can use the Electro Boo with the Rocket Spear combo. And your equipment for the Warden would be the Internal Tone with the Radiant. So there are so many alternatives for you to do. And if you want to use the same equipment as I do, if you want to buy all of this, if you want to upgrade all of this, but you don't have enough ores, so here are some efficient ways for you to upgrade if you don't have enough ores. For king equipment, for the king, you only need the level 18 earthquake boots and level 18 spiky bow. And this combination can already get all of the building, all of the defenses except the town hall. So you only need to upgrade your spiky bow to level 18. Don't upgrade it to level 24. It's not necessary. And for the equipment for the queen, you only need level 15 healer puppet. Level 15 healer puppet can give you 3 healers. And the magic mirror, you only need level 18 magic mirror. The level 18 magic mirror can already give you the second clone queen. And for Warden, you only need to have the level 15 Radiant. And the Fireball, you only need level 20, but you need to bring one more Quake. You need to bring 3 Earthquake. And if you upgrade to level 23, then you only need 2 Quake. You only need 2 Earthquake. And for Champion, you only need the level 18 Rocket Spear, so that you can get 9 shots of Rocket Spear. And that's all about the equipment. Okay, so after talking about the equipment, let's talk about the pets. And here are the pets that I use in the Super Witcher deck. The Unicorn on the Warden, the Foxy on the Queen, and the Diggy on the Champion, but now the Diggy is upgrading, so I will use Lexi on the champion, and the Phoenix on the king. And if you don't have the Halo Puppet on your queen, for example, maybe your equipment combination is the Frozen Arrow with the Magic Mirror, or the Frozen Arrow with Invisibility File, so that you don't have the self-healing for the queen, you don't have the healers, the queen doesn't have healers. So in this case, you can use the unicorn on queen, so that she can get more heal by the unicorn, and then you use the Froxy on your warden. But if your equipment, if you use the Healer Puppet on your queen, for example, the Healer Puppet plus the Invisibility File, or the Magic Mirror plus the Healer Puppet, you have Healer Puppets, so that you have healers, you have self-healing, so that the Healer Puppet can already protect your queen very well, so that you don't, it's not necessary for you to put the unicorn on your queen. So in this case, you can use the unicorn on the warden and the Froxy on your queen. And one advantage of using unicorn on your warden is that there are so many splash damage defenses in the core of the base. For example, the multi-inferno tower, the multi-ultra tower, the poison tower, Tango 17 poison effect, scatter shot, and so on. So sometimes even if your wardens stand behind the super witches, stand behind the king, and it still get targeted, it's still taking some damage, the healers don't always protect your warden because they are following the super witches. So having a unicorn behind your warden can make your warden stronger. Then you don't have to use so many invis spell, use so many free spell to protect your warden. That's the advantage of using the unicorn warden. And by the way, if you are a newly upgraded Th15 player, just like me, then I recommend you that just upgrade all the pets, all the new pets, the unicorn, the Froxy, and no unicorn, the Froxy, the, oh my god, okay, the Froxy, the Diggy, and the Phoenix. Just upgrade them from level 1 to level 5 first. Don't upgrade one pet from level 1 to level 10, because that is not efficient. And let me explain to you why we need to do that. And the first reason is because of the time. For the Froxy, for the Diggy, for the Phoenix, the time for upgrading from level 1 to level 5 are the same. There are only 10.5 days. So if you upgraded 3 pets from level 1 to level 5, then that would be 31.5 seconds. Oh my god. But if you upgrade one pet from level 1 to level 10, then it would take you, let me see, how much time? 38 days and 10 hours. So it's much longer than this time. So the first reason is about the time, and the second reason is that you can unlock your special ability about the path will be much more stronger. If we upgrade the path. If you upgrade your path to level 5, for example, the Froxy. If you only have level 1 to level 4 Froxy, then the small white things here, let me call it the Froxmite, will only summon 1 at a time. But if you have the level 5 Froxy, then it will summon 2 the Froxmites at a time, which doubled. And for the Diggy, if you only have level 1 to level 4 Diggy, then it will only stun the buildings for 2 seconds. But if you have the level 5 Diggy, then it will stun the building for 2.5 seconds, which is longer. For the Phoenix, if you only have level 1 to level 4 Phoenix, then the time for the heroes being invincible will only be 6 seconds. But if you upgrade to level 5, then the time being invincible will be like 7 seconds, so which is longer. So just upgrade every path from level 1 to level 5, and in this way it's much more efficient. So that's all about the paths. And after talking about the paths, let's watch some replays and learn about how to make a good fireball and the super witch pathing. So here's the first replay I want to talk about. And before talking about this replay, I want to explain my logic for how to use the fireball. And for the fireball, I will always prefer an easy fireball to a hard fireball in the core, because an easy fireball on the outside of the base can not only save your time for the water pathing, but also save more spells, so that you don't have to use lots of invis spells to invis the buildings. So if there is some value on the outside, then I'll go with the fireball on the outside of the base. And if there's no good value on the outside, then I will see where there is good value in the core of the base. If there is, I will go for the core. I will go my fireball in the core. And if the base is spread out, the key defenses are spread out, and there's no any good value in the core or on the outside of the base, then we just go for the pathing. We just fireball for the funnel, and we go for the pathing. Okay, so now let's move on to the first base, and let me check where there is good value on the outside of the base first. So maybe here, the air defense is a good choice, because if we fireball to the air defense, we can get the multi-archer tower, we can get the inferno, we can get the axe spell, we can get the ricochet cannon. 4 key defenses. And this fireball is easy. You only need to place your warden maybe right here. And after the warden, take the archer tower, take the mortar. Then we only need 1 invisibility spell on the multi-archer tower. Then fireball to the air defense. So that's pretty simple. There's also some good value in the space. For example, the multi-inferno tower. You can get the monolith multi-inferno. You can get the monolith multi-inferno. The two ricochet cannon, the poison tower. And which is very good value. And you can also fireball to the bomb tower so that you can get the ricochet cannon, you can get the expo, scatter, and the fire sputter. And it's also good value, but if you fireball to these two targets, then you have to waste more time for the warden path, and you have to invest more infinite spells. So we just go for an easy fireball. We just fireball to the air defense. So here we go. So we just place our warden in the right corner of the base. After taking down the outer tower, just invest and fireball. Use one more invest just for safe, but actually you don't have to do that. Okay, so now after launching your fireball, so now you need to decide where to path. And there's two choices for you to go. The first choice, path downside, and path right. Okay, so path right here, path down. And the second choice, you just go up and go straight into the middle of the base. So which is better? Okay, so let's see the first choice. If you go down and go here into the base, then the fire splitter, one face left and another face right. This fire splitter will hit your troops, while the CC comes out, maybe the ice golem. The ice golem will protect the fire splitter, so you have to deal with the CC while the fire splitter is shooting at you. So maybe that's not a good choice. So let's talk about the second choice. The second choice, we go up and go straight into the middle of the base. And in this way, both the fire splitter will not hit at you. So which is better than the first choice? So I will go with the second choices. And here we go. So we just use the super witches to pull our warden up. And here, we always, or at most of the time, we just use our queen with the siege barrack, and the queen and siege barrack for the funnel. The queen and siege barrack could get less value, so that they can force our queen and our super witches go into the middle of the base. So if the king location is good, then the king can get very good value with the spiky bow and earthquake bow combo. Okay, so here we go. Okay, we just place our king and use the wall breaker to open up the walls. Okay, here it is. Freeze on the single so that the king can go deeper into the base. Pop the earthquake boost spiky bow combo. Get tons of value in the middle of the base. And the core of the base was just gone. Rest of them is just clean up. And we also swag a World Champion in this attack in the end. So from this attack, we can learn that we don't always need a very huge, very crazy fireball. Sometimes just an easy fireball. And if you can execute this strategy pretty well, then you can swag some spells or even a hero, even a world champion in the end. So that's all about the first attack I want to show you. Okay, so let's move on to the second base. Just like the previous attack, first we're going to find some easy fireball value on the outside of the base. So maybe like here the cannon is a good choice, and maybe the bomb tower is a good choice, and maybe the archer tower is a good choice, and maybe the ricochet cannon here is a good choice. And I would like to choose the archer tower because it's very simple. You only need one invis for these two buildings and fireball right away. And also, it avoids the fire splitter right here. The fire splitter faces right here. And our troops and warden are on the left side of the base. So the fire splitter won't hit my troops. And maybe somebody would say that, well, how about the core? How about the core of the base? There's so much value in the core of the base. So why don't we just fireball to the core? I mean, yes, there's so much value in the core, but it will cost you lots of invis spells if you want to hit the core. So maybe we just path our king into the base and then pop the earthquake boots and spiky ball combo. And this way you can also get the core of the base by use that spells. So okay, here we go. So we use one invis and fireball right away. And after launching the fireball, I want to path right here because in this way we can lure out the CC troops early, and it's better to deal with the CC on the outside than in the core of the base. So here we go. Lure out super witches and queen for the funnel. Deal with the CC troops. And since there's an invis tower, so we just use a scouting spell and an invis spell for luring out the invis tower early. So now our main troops can easily path into the core of the base. And now we can pop the earthquake boost and spiky ball combo. Get the core of the base, and rest of them will just clean up. And we also swag World Champion in the end. Okay, so let's move on to the third base. So first, again, we are going to find whether there's good variable value on the outside of the base. And let me see, maybe no. But we can get much more value in the core. For example, I would like to variable the multi-edge tower. In this case, we can get this value. We can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 key defenses. And it's already half of the core. And then we can path our king into the base and use the spiky ball or square ball combo to get another half of the core. So that's my plan. There we go. So we place our warden at the left corner of the base. And we can also use some troops to speed up the funneling. Okay, here comes the baby dragon. And maybe use a rage spell to speed up the funnel. Here we go. And maybe infus, fireball to the core. And now half of the core was just gone. So that we can easily pass our king into the base. Queen for the funnel. Combined with the siege barrack. And then look at this jump spell, the placement of the jump spell. Sometimes we can control our pathing by using the jump spell. So we jump here so that our main troops, our super witches, and our king will path into the base. They won't go outside. But if we jump here, then our troops will split into different direction, which is not a good choice. So make sure you use your jump spell more wisely during your attack. Okay. So we can path our king to the base and freeze the ice golem. So the king can go further into the base. Path the earthquake bow, spiky bow combo. And the base is just gone. Most of the base is just gone, and rest of them was just cleaned up. We also swag a raw champion in this attack in the end. Okay, so let's move on to another base. And as you can see, this base, the key defenses are spread out, and there's no very high value even in the core of the base. For example, if you want to fireball to the first butter, there's no way for you to get this clan castle because there's 1 tile, 2 tiles, 3, 4, 5 tiles from the first butter. So you cannot get the CC buildings. And that's the direction of the first butter. One goes to the left side, another face the right side. So hey, what if we path our witches into the middle of the base, maybe like this way? Or maybe like this way? Okay, so to do that, we need to fireball at the corner of the base, right? So maybe here is a good choice, and here the air defense is a good choice. Here is a good choice, and here is also a good choice. And this base is symmetric. So okay, if we fireball from the right side of the base, for example, this air defense, then we don't have to use any invis spell because we can path our warden straight into the air defense. And finally, we can get these 2 key defenses. And if we fireball from the right side of the base, for example, here, then we have to use 1 invis on these 2 buildings. We cannot get it by the warden walk because there is the ground expo, which will shoot at your warden. And if you want to use a healers to protect your warden, then the air defense will target at your healers. So the best choice for it to do is to fireball invest to these 2 buildings and fireball right away to the air defense so that you can get 3 key defenses. So which way is better? And I think the left side is better because if you path from the right side, then the air sweeper will blow away your healers, which is never very good. So going from left side is the best choice, but during the replay, I path from the right side of the base, but it was just okay to do that. And let me show you my replay. So first, I put the warden at the bottom side of the base, moving to the air defense, and use a fireball right away. Then we want to path this way into the base, but here there are so many buildings on the outside, so we need to use the queen to clean up. But you can see that there here. Oh, here is a ground expo, and the range of it is so wide. So if you use your queen right away, your queen will be targeted by the ground expo, which is not a good choice. So we need a giant to tend for her. But if it is an air expo, not ground expo, the range maybe will be like this. So your queen will not be targeted. So you don't have to use a giant to tend for her. You just use the P.E.K.K.A coming from the siege barrier to tend for her. And never just okay. So we pull the warden and move into the base. Send the queen, send the siege barrack, and the wall breaker. The first one is fail, and the second one success. And send a king into the base, and using the earthquake boost by keep a combo. Okay, so now you can see that our main troops will go to the left side, and our king is tanking for the ricochet cannon, is tanking for so many defenses, so we can use our champion on the right side to helping. And if you guys have some time fail issue while you are playing the superwitch deck, then sending your champion on the opposite side of your main troops is a good choice. And the main troops will go left side and get this, and while the champion will go for the right side and get, oh my god, the champion will go from the right side and get this value, and it will help speed up your attack so that you won't get time fail. Let me show you. So now the champions, she is chilling, and once she face the heavy defenses, just put her ability, raise her up, and the defenses are gone, the space is wrecked, and we can also swag 3 spells. Okay, so that's the last base that I want to talk about. And first, we can see the direction of the fast butters. Both of them faces the opposite of the base. So maybe we just pair from the bottom side of the base so that we can avoid both the fast butters. So to do that, maybe we need to do the funnel on one corner of the base. Maybe we can funnel right here with our fireball. For example, here, the X-bow. This is a very simple fireball. Maybe we just place a warden right here, and maybe some baby dragon to funnel here. And after the warden takes down the wizard tower and the bomb tower, just fireball to the X-bow, and you can get X-bow, fast butter, and the multi-arch tower, 3 key defenses. But you don't have, but actually don't have to get a fast butter because it won't hit your troops because you want to pair from the bottom side and it won't hit your troops. So actually you only hit 2 important defenses, which is not a very good value. So maybe we can also hit the sweeper here so that we can get the X-bow, we can get the fast butter, we can get the ricochet cannon and the multi-archer tower. 4 key defenses, but as I just said, the fast butter is not important, so maybe it's just 3. And we can also get into the deeper base. Maybe the multi-arch tower, fireball to the multi-arch tower. In this case, we can get the CC building, multi-arch tower, ricochet cannon, the scatter, and fast butter, X-bow. So 6 key defenses. But hey, the problem is that the fast butter, the X-bow, they are so far from the CC building. Let me show you. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 tiles. There are 9 tiles from the CC building. And it's theoretically it's possible to use your earthquake to quake all of these buildings, but it's really hard. You need to be very accurate with that. And I have tried in the friendly challenge. I can do it in the friendly challenge, but it's really hard to do that in the Legend League because The infinite spell lasts for 4 seconds, and after placing all of your infinite spells, maybe there's only 2 seconds left for you to do the fireball and use your earthquake. So there's no very much time for you to place your earthquake accurately. So I don't recommend you guys to place your earthquake in the middle of the base and try to get all of them. I don't recommend you guys to do that. And somebody will say that maybe we could try to quake one quake on the left side and another quake on the right side, so we can quake all of them. But that's not feasible because we need 2 earthquakes for the CC building. So if you quake on the one on the right side and another on the left side, then you won't get the CC building. So that's not a good choice. So the only choice we can do is to quake on the one side of the base, maybe the left side or the right side. So if you quake on the left side, you can get one more fire sputter and one more expo. But if you quake on the right side, then maybe you can get one more CC building. So which way is better? And as I just said, the fire sputter is not important in this deck. So you only need to compare the expo and the CC building, and it's very apparent that the CC building is much more important than the expo. So we just do our earthquake on the right side. Okay, so here we go. So first we place our warden, and once the warden takes out the weather tower, we just inverse, and fireball on the water arch tower and click on the right hand side. And now the pathing is becoming much more easier, and the inverse tower right here is triggering, so we don't have to care about that. But if we didn't get a CC building, then the CC coming from the clan castle, maybe the ice golem, maybe something else, will give some time for the infinite tower to charge. So after you deal with the CC in the clan castle, then you have to deal with the infinite tower again, and it makes the attack more complicated. So that's one advantage for taking down CC building early. Okay. So now we use the siege barracks and Queen Chifano. Use our king into the base, into the middle of the base. And here, we can always have some Valkyries and Giant to work with the Raw Champion. In this way, we can not only tank for the Raw Champion, do more damage, but also the Valkyrie can help take out some skeletons, and we can easily go through the base. Okay, so here we go. and pop the earthquake boost and spiky bow, get tons of value. And this bait is just wrecked. We can easily get a triple. Okay, so that's the end of the tutorial about the superwitch attack in the Legend League. If you like this video, remember to press the like button and subscribe the channel. And I will see you guys in the next video.